in the midst of reading this book and brought a lot of the pieces into it. And the life cycle of a coach, beginning as a trainer, essentially just behavior, motivation. Hey, let's try this. And you're going to be pulling people along. Very difficult. And eventually, and it's often one-on-one, eventually then, if you choose to, you progress into coach. More of a passionate, you're speaking, you're now working with groups, and it's not just hand holding, it's a cue here, direction here. You set an athlete up or group up, and then you set them free. And from coach, hopefully you evolve into teaching, meaning creating. So I'm creating my own program rather than running the Georgetown women's lacrosse program for Coach Hill. Now I'm creating my own program for my teams or creating content. I'm creating blogs, I'm creating podcasts, I'm creating something that is giving my ethos, my pathos, my logos, my experience, my passion, or the fundamental components of strength and conditioning, X's and O's, that I've learned from another source. So a lot of different pieces there. Then from creating, you take on a teaching role. So and now I've created this programming. I'm going to teach it to other people. I'm going to apply to stand at NCAA regional events and speak and communicate on my experience in an effort to teach. Then from teaching, which I was alluding to earlier, leads into this mentorship. Now, instead of a broad external teaching on a presentation, okay, who reached out following that presentation that I can help guide and lead them through whatever challenges they're facing and accelerate their development as a coach to far exceed my current position. Stand on the shoulders of giants. So I felt good about that presentation and pulled from the book, but trainer, coach, create, teach, and mentor. Then the big conclusion for the D1 guys was identifying your why. What's in your box? What's keeping you here? Maybe it is. I'm not going to criticize anyone, but the X's and O's, the sets and the reps, I hope that's not all the whole reason you're coaching is the science and the SED principle.
In that case, another thing, another symbol, because I feel like I resonate very strongly with symbols, is the part of the book is the pouring in and pouring out. And that's gaining experiences of the two spirals, where the spiral is pointing in and ends, as trying to gain, as I said, but then later on you try and spit out the knowledge. Sometimes, I see somebody struggling with that, or, like you said, the challenges that are brought towards me, and I just give them my advice. I don't want to be the guy coming in and telling them what they should do. It's you need to gain those experiences, because none of them are unique. And if you make a choice to go left or go right, it should be your choice. It shouldn't be, well, Coach Hill says, we can't do this test or do this because, that's just Georgetown rules. No, it should be, do you believe in it? Okay, good. Well, I do too. Go do it. Right. And I remember the conversation, when you came and the certifications that you had. And at the time it was hey, well, you need to get your NSCA just so you can do the NCAA, but in reality, you don't really need it. You just need to present to me that you know what you're doing, and you have the knowledge base behind you. And then if you believe in whatever system it is, great. Just make sure your team believes in it. And really that comes down to, it's your team to lose. And so, I guess with that, for me, I've some people have left, some people have stayed, some people don't like that. Some people like rigid systems. But I came in and, I thought I knew everything and knew all the, science and practical application behind that. But I was humbled pretty quickly with Coach Augie Morelli, and, he didn't force anything really on me. And so for me, seeing that and being a part of that, I don't want to do that to anybody else. And so just taking my experiences and passing that on down. But I think the first half of gaining and pouring in, and then the second half of pouring out, I think with that per se, I think I'm pouring out. I'm at that time where I've gained experience, I've gained those situations, and so I'm just trying to pour out and give advice in that type of a coach mentor internship or assistant coach relationship.